Boo! Hello, everyone. I'm sorry for the late start this morning. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Hello, hello, hello. Welcome to my live stream. It is 9:15 a.m. and it is Thursday, June 15th. Let me turn these lights down a little bit. There we go. Hello again, everyone. I'm sorry for starting a little bit late this morning. How is everyone today? I'm here. I'm sorry to keep everyone waiting. All right. Well, welcome to my Idioms hour, which will probably be a little bit more than an hour, but that's okay. Let me make sure I have enough room on my drive. Stop. Move to trash. Delete. All right. Hello, Tanya. Hello, Kiki. Hello, Fluke. Hello, Rogue. Thank you, Kiki. Hello, Eggy. Hello, Kalsum again. Hello, Ivan. Yes, nice to see you too. Hello, Ali. That's correct. Every time. Iced coffee. Liquid death. Adam hates idioms. Why do you hate idioms? Idioms are fun. Every language has idioms. Do you hate idioms in your own language? You can't say you hate idioms unless you hate idioms in your language too. Cowsum says, I have a stomachache sometimes from coffee. Yeah, I do too sometimes. Yeah. It's the risk you take by drinking coffee. Idioms help in business and in daily conversation. That's correct. That's right. Oh, well, Adam hates idioms even in his language too. All right. Well, then I can't help you, Adam. I'm sorry. But Adam, idioms can be very useful because it can help you to speak. It can help you to tell your information in a much quicker way. So when you tell someone, let's kill two birds with one stone, nobody thinks you're really going to go kill two birds using a stone. People think that you're going to do two things with one action. So, yeah, idioms are good. I'm as an American as an apple pie. I don't know if I really am. I think many Americans would say I'm not. Hello, Sergi. Hello, Fofa. Idioms build emotional and cultural connection. I like that, Ivan. They do indeed. Gaofeng says, let's play the drums behind you. Gaofeng, Buxing. 在美国现在就是早上不行 It's too early. Too early for drums. Hello, Mona. Hello, Lois. Good morning, good evening, good afternoon. No, good afternoon to you, Kate. Nurlan, I'm feeling pretty good today, actually. Yes, Johanna, I have a battery. Yes, bateria. I am a drummer. Can I speak Spanish a little bit? Un poco. Un poco. A little bit, yeah. And yes, I speak Chinese. Thank you, Anya. Thank you very much for sharing. I look charged. All right, well, good. Yeah, I feel pretty good today. I should feel tired because I was up pretty late last night. But I feel pretty good right now, actually. It's a good morning. It looks like it's going to be a nice day. So, I think I'm going to go hiking later today. And tomorrow, ooh, yay, tomorrow it looks like it's going to be a nice, cool day, only 77 Fahrenheit, which I will translate for you. Tomorrow's temperature is only going to be a high of 25, which is really nice. So tomorrow, I think I might try to go fishing. Later today, I'm going to try to go hiking. I need more exercise. Do I speak Arabic? A little bit, Fofa. I probably know about maybe 12 things in Arabic. 12 or 15, something like that. Edgy, do I have any tips or tricks on how to prepare for the IELTS test? Get a teacher. That's the best tip I can give you. Get a teacher. Someone who is trained to help you prepare for the IELTS test. If you need help finding a teacher, I have a friend of mine who is an IELTS prep teacher. But once again, I always feel a little bit silly here because I need to remind all of you that teaching is a job, and therefore it must be paid. So, I can't give you a teacher for free, but I have many friends who are professional teachers who are very good. So, if I can't teach you, then I know someone who can, but not for free. Kate wants to say, let's see, idioms don't have any sense for non-native speakers. But yeah, what did you say? But yeah, we have to know a few of them. Kate, I think they have plenty of sense for non-native speakers. Even if you're a non-native, you can understand the idioms. The problem, Kate, might be you didn't learn about the root of the idiom. So, if you learn the idiom, but you don't learn where the idiom comes from, then yeah, you might not really understand it. But if you find out where the idioms come from, usually you will understand what it means and why they say it. So you have to look up not just the meaning, but the origin. Okay? The origin of the idioms as well. Am I an English teacher? I am, Anya. Lois, we don't have any mountains in Ohio. We just have a lot of forest with a lot of hills. So there will be a lot of hills. When am I allowed to play the drums in the U.S.? I'm allowed to play the drums whenever I want, but it's early. My neighbors just woke up, and I just woke up. Nah, it's too early to play the drums. Maybe later. I'm teaching English right now, Gao Feng. 现在我教你英文，好不好？ Ivan, wow, Ivan's got such great energy today. Positive expectations bring energy in the now moment. Wow, very heavy. Hello, Wayne. Rudy, hello. Hello, Arona. That's a pretty name. Kate says, today is a super shiny day, and my sister and I went sunbathing. So, Kate, you can say, you could say it's shiny, but let me think, what would be a better way to say it? Yeah, I guess you could say shiny. Or just you could say today was a really hot, sunny day. Sunny is usually the word we use when we're talking about sunbathing, right? And we will say, I went sunbathing. I went sunbathing. Now, it's possible that the British way of saying it might be took sunbathing. But in America, we say, I went sunbathing. Or actually, we rarely use the term sunbathing. We say tan. We say tanning. I went to get a tan. Okay? Or we say we went to lay out. To lay out means to lay out in the sun. Ivan was doing yoga. Thank you, Ivan, for the gifts. Thank you very much. Thank you, Andrew, for the gifts. Hello, Andrew. How are you, my friend? Well, Fofa, if you want a good teacher for the IELTS test, then send me a personal message. And I have a friend of mine who is Canadian, and he is a trained IELTS prep teacher. And he's very good. Great guy. You're going swimming today. That sounds nice. I haven't been swimming in such a long time. I need to go swimming. Howard, I live in Cincinnati, Ohio. Cincinnati, Ohio is in the middle of the United States. Hello, Mona. Hello, Ellie. And Lydia, and the Republic of Kosovo. Nurlan, I know English and I know Chinese. Enough. And I also know a little bit, just a little, of maybe 12 other languages. Okay, but when I say I know a little bit, I mean I only know a little bit. I know a few words in many, many languages. Okay? Christina Herrera says, what happens if I mix American and British English? If you mix American and British English, the world will explode. No, nothing will happen. No one really cares. The only problem is you might confuse some people sometimes, okay? If you're in America and you say, put it in the boot, Americans might look at you funny. Because we don't say put it in the boot, we say put it in the trunk. Okay, so really, it won't really be a big problem. Most of the time, it won't be a big problem at all. But occasionally, you might cause a little confusion. That's all. Okay? Yes, I can speak Chinese. Republic of Kosovo, I don't think I can even communicate in 12 other languages. No. I mean, I can say hello and goodbye and thank you and please and you're welcome and I like it and I don't like it, things like that. I can say that in a lot of languages, okay? I know a little bit of Latin, Spanish, German, French, Italian, Arabic, Japanese, Russian, just a little bit, just a few words. That's not hard. It's not even impressive. Okay, it's not impressive at all. If you know how to say, do svidaniya, that's not impressive. All right? I know a handful of words in a bunch of languages. That's it. But I think there's a lot of value in that. I think that sometimes people, they think that you should only learn a language if you're going to learn it completely. I think that's stupid. I think there's a lot of value in just learning how to say assalamu alaikum wa alaikum assalam, or shukran and afwan, or learning how to say bonjour or s'il vous plaît, or molto bene, whatever, grazie mille. Just little simple little things. That's all. Just little simple little things. I think there's a lot of value there. Okay, thank you, Adam, for the gifts. Let me get to our topic for today. We're talking about idioms, so let's get to some idioms, shall we? So, here's what I want to do today. I want you to give me a topic or a mood. A topic or a mood. So, for instance, you can give me the topic of the weather, okay? And I will give you all the idioms that are about weather. You could give me a topic of happiness, and I'll give you all the idioms about happiness. So, someone give me a topic, and I will go from there. Belen says fruit. Okay. There are many. There are many. All right, let's see. I'll give you, we'll start with some basic ones. Like the apple of your eye. The apple of your eye, what does that mean? The apple of your eye. What does the apple of your eye mean? The apple of your eye means a person who you're really fond of, someone who you really like or you think is really great. Okay? So usually we're talking about your children, maybe, right? You could say she has 3 children, but the youngest one is the apple of her eye. She has 3 children, but the youngest one is the apple of her eye. That means that the youngest one is her favorite. Okay? Where does that term come from, the apple of your eye? What does the apple of your eye really mean? What does the apple of your eye really mean? This one is kind of interesting. It's kind of basic. The apple of your eye is talking about your pupil. Your pupil. What is your pupil, everyone? Let me show you. So, your pupil is that. That's the apple of your eye. So now we call it your pupil. But before we had the word pupil, we said that's the apple of your eye. Yeah, so this actually goes all the way back to Shakespeare. Shakespeare even wrote about the apple of your eye. Okay? Yeah, so that one's pretty easy, right? The apple of your eye. That's right. You could say my friend is the apple of my eye. Means it's my favorite friend. Or someone really special to me. Okay? All right, let's do a few more. How about to go bananas? What does go bananas mean? Go bananas. Yeah, it means go crazy, but it can have a positive meaning or a negative meaning. So sometimes we say, I was late for work today and my boss went bananas. That means she was angry or he was angry. Okay? So sometimes go bananas means angry and yelled at you. And sometimes maybe I'll say, I took my kids to Disneyland so they could go bananas. And that just means go wild, like have fun, right? Or maybe if my kids, if you have kids and you take them to the park and you say, maybe they'll say, Dad, can we go play now? And you could say, yeah, go bananas. Okay? So if the kids say, can we go play? And you say, yeah, that's okay. You can say, yeah, that's fine. Go bananas. That means go have fun. Do whatever. Go crazy. All right? So go bananas can have two meanings. One means to be angry, and the other one means to go have fun. That's correct, Juliana. Yeah. Cool as a cucumber, Belen. Yeah, cool as a cucumber means to be calm. Yeah, because cucumbers are very cooling. They're very cooling feeling, right? You can lay them on your eyes and you can taste them, and they have this very cooling feel to them, right? So to be cool as a cucumber is to be very calm. Okay? That's a good one too. Thank you, Belen. All right. How about saying apples and oranges? Apples and oranges. What does apples and oranges mean? Yeah, it means they're different. That's right. It means they're very different. Okay? So sometimes we change this one a little bit. So the term apples and oranges means different. So maybe if someone is arguing with you, but you think their argument is not at all appropriate for this situation, that you feel like this is different, this is not the same situation, then you can say, no, I'm sorry, that's apples and oranges. That's apples and oranges. It's not the same. Okay? But sometimes we'll change it. I'll say it's, apples and monkeys. Because I want to say it's really, really different. Okay? So apples and oranges just means it's different. But if I change the words to be like apples and camels, or apples and goats, or apples and cars, those are super different, right? So I'm trying to make a point that something is extremely different. All right? All right. How about this one? Everything is peachy. Everything is peachy. Anyone? What does everything is peachy mean? Yeah, it means good. It just means good. Everything is okay. Everything's great. So, this is another one that someone could just say, hey, how are you? I haven't talked to you in a long time. How have you been doing? And you could say, everything's peachy. Sometimes we even make it more cute. We'll say, it's peachy keen. It's peachy keen. Everything's peachy keen. It means everything's fine. Everything's good. No problems. Everything's peachy. But, so, to be peachy means everything is okay. Everything is peachy means everything is okay. But sometimes we might say everything is peachy, but we're sarcastic. We're being sarcastic about it. So, maybe if you're really unhappy and someone asks you, are you okay? Is everything okay? You might look at them and say, oh, yeah, sure. Everything's peachy. Meaning like you're really not happy. Okay, so sometimes we turn it around. Usually it's about a positive thing. To be peachy usually means it's happy. But occasionally we might use it in a sarcastic way. Okay? Okay, what about this? It's a lemon. Can you say I'm peachy? Yes, you can, Feta. Yes, you can say I'm peachy. Yeah. You can also say he's a peach or she's a peach. That's one like a cute way to say that someone is really great. So maybe if there's somebody new at your work and you think they're really nice and really helpful, you can say, oh yeah, Jackie, yeah, oh yeah, she's a peach. She's great. I like Jackie. She's a peach. Means really nice, sweet, like a peach. Okay? What does it's a lemon mean? It's a lemon. If something is a lemon, what does it mean? Sarcasm is the native language of the British. Well, Americans do a whole lot of that too, Tanya. As I just did. Americans might do a little sarcasm sometimes. Yes, if something is a lemon, it means it's something that is not working properly or it was built badly. Okay, so for example, we often use this term about cars. Not so much anymore because cars, I think the quality of most cars has gone way up. But in the 1970s, 1980s, even in the 1990s, if you bought a car, sometimes you got a car that one was a bad one. That one was not a good one. They didn't make it well. Okay, so for example, many years ago, my father owned a van, a car. He had a van, and we had so many problems with this van. They had to replace the whole engine 3 times. They had to replace the entire engine on this car 3 times. That's a lemon. Okay, that's a lemon. So if you have a car that just won't work right and can't seem to be fixed because it was made very badly, very poorly, then that's a lemon. Okay? And it could be a car, it could be a computer, it could be a TV, it could be anything that was built poorly. Anything that was built poorly is a lemon. Okay? Hello, Akito. Welcome, my friend. Prius. You think the Prius is a lemon? Vadim, there was a car in America that was very famous for being a lemon. It was from Yugoslavia. Do you guys remember the Yugo? The Yugo car? Anyone? Do you guys remember the Yugo in Europe? Did you guys have the Yugo in Europe? You must have had it there, right? It's Yugoslavian. But Yugos were these tiny little cars that they were terrible. They were terrible cars. They yeah, no. Vadim, here, let me see if I can show you. Maybe it was called something different there. I don't know if you guys know this or not, but car companies, sometimes they sell the same car in Europe that they sell in America, but that's the name of the car is different in Europe than it is in America. That's very common around the world. So the name of one car might be different in America compared to Europe compared to Asia. So let me see if I can find one here and you can see what a Yugo was. They were popular because they were small and they were cheap. You could buy a Yugo brand new for $4,000. Let me see here. This is a Yugo, everybody. Do you guys remember the Yugo? Or maybe this one? Let me see. Yeah, that's a Yugo. Yeah, right? That car was a lemon. That thing was a lemon. They broke down all the time and, they were... No. not a good car, not a well-made car, you know? So, yeah, it looks kind of like a Golf, right? It does look like a Golf, but Golf is made by Volkswagen, and Volkswagen is a pretty good company. They know how to make a car pretty well, I think. So, but anyway, the point is every company can make lemons. Even the best companies occasionally make one car that, or one product that was just not well made or not well put together, right? Yeah. All right. So, actually, you could even use the term Yugo because the Yugo was such a bad car that now you could even use the term Yugo to describe another car like it's just a bad car, right? So if you bought a new car and you thought that thing is really terrible, you could be like, no, man, that's like a Yugo. That thing's a Yugo. That just means, no, that's not a good car. Or a thing like that. Yeah, the poor Yugo. I know. Wah, wah, wah. Anyway. All right, let me get... I think I missed some comments here. Let me see. Vane wants me to speak about work interviews. Oh, Vane, well, I can't talk about that during this live stream, but maybe in my next live stream. Sure. Yeah. Yeah, I can help you. People ask me about job interviews a lot. Okay? But not right now. We're going to talk about idioms right now. Okay? Mona, yeah, if your laptop computer is always broken and it never is working right and you can't fix it, and every time they fix it, it breaks again, and they fix it and it breaks again, that's a lemon. Okay? Ivan, a Prius is a kind of car. It's a Toyota car. It's a small electric car. Kiki, I don't really have a favorite car. I don't really care about cars. I want something that's comfortable and reliable that gets me from point A to point B without spending a lot of money on gas. So actually, I kind of like Priuses. They're a little too small, but it's not a bad car. Hello, Juan Carlos. Mona, I didn't have a bad experience with a Yugo, but in the 1980s, the mid-late 80s, many Americans did. It became famous because it was a very cheap, small car. And cheap, small cars were really popular in the late 80s, early 90s. So many people bought Yugos, but many people had a bad experience. So I didn't have one, but I know people who did. Shojiki says we have our own product with the same Yugo car. In Indonesia, it's called SMK. Okay. Hello, Tenzin. Tanya wants to know, what does it mean if someone asks why the long face? Tanya, when you're sad, you make a face like this sometimes. So my face becomes longer. So long face means sad. Yeah. So let me show you. Yeah, that's all it means. It just, I can't find the picture I was looking for. But the why the long why the long face just means why are you sad? Okay? Hasna, you want me to explain Americans, why do we use the word kinda? Kinda means kind of, and it means a little bit like something. So if I say, this car is kind of like that car, it means they're similar. Okay? Or if I say, if someone says, do you like ice cream? And I say, kind of. It means a little bit, not a lot. Okay? Bellin says, I'm sorry for the French, but my first car was a Citroen and it was a big lemon tree. I've always liked, I don't know, I've never been in one, I don't think, but I've always liked the design of some of the Citroens I've seen, though. Carlos said my dad had a Lada from Russia in 1992. Interesting. I play drums kinda fast. Right. Kinda means a little bit. Right. Yeah. All right. Let's do some more idioms. All right. Let's go back to more. Well, give me another topic. Okay. So we did fruit. Now give me another topic for idioms. Any topic. Relationships, people, things, cars. Friendship. Okay, Tanya said friendship. I like that one. Let's do friendship. Let's find some idioms about friendship. All right. So you could say, let's start with a good one. So here's one. A friend in need is a friend indeed. Whoops. A friend in need is a friend indeed. And what this means is that when you're having difficult times, if you're going through a difficult time, then if you have a friend to help you, that's a really good friend, right? The friend who helps you when you're going through really tough time, that's a really good friend. But sometimes we have friends who don't really seem to care when we're having a difficult time. All right? So a friend in need is a friend indeed. All right? How about this one? To build bridges. Or build a bridge. To build a bridge. What does that mean? Yeah, Karush, it means to make a connection or to build a connection, like make it stronger, right? So to build a bridge means to make maybe a first connection, but to build bridges would be we need to strengthen our relationship with this company or person. So let's make some more connections with them somehow. Maybe you do more business with them or something like that. Okay? And yes, that's the next thing I was going to say, Thompson, is building bridges is one idiom, but we have another one, burning bridges. To burn a bridge means you're doing something so bad you cannot go back to that person again. So, if you quit your job, and when you quit your job, you walked into your boss's office and you smacked him right in the face, you burned that bridge. You're not coming back from that, to that job, all right? That's a bridge burned. Okay? So, to burn a bridge means to do something so bad that you can't go back to that. All right? Is the past tense of burn burned or burnt? I think you could use either. Let me see something really quickly. Okay, so the answer I'm getting here is that burnt with a T is often the British spelling of the word. But in American English, we almost always use the ED form of the past tense. So we will say burned, but you might see it in the dictionary also as burnt sometimes. Okay? There are many English words that the British spell as T and we spell as ED. For example, learnt and learned, right? I think they do that one, right? Okay, let's do another one. How about this one? I have friends in high places. I have friends in high places. Manycam, the bane of my existence. What does I have friends in high places mean? I'm back. Yeah, it can mean kind of a few different things, everyone. So the basic meaning is that you have connections with some people that have some power. Okay? So if you say, I have friends in high places, maybe it means you know people who work in the government, or you know people who work for the police department or something like that. But it also can be used in a very casual way, right? So let's say you're going to a restaurant and you want to have dinner with your family, right? And you talked to the waiter and you had the waiter seat you at the nicest table in the restaurant, right? So now you're sitting at this really beautiful table and everybody is like, wow, how did you get this really wonderful table? You could say, well, I have friends in high places. Okay? So sometimes we use it kind of like a joke where we'll just, we suggest that we know somebody powerful or important, but maybe we really don't. Okay? Yeah, to show off. That's right. That's exactly right. So sometimes we'll say, yeah, I have friends in high places, right? Okay? But sometimes it's real. Sometimes if you really need somebody who has power, then maybe you're being serious. And you could say, oh, don't worry, we're not going to be in trouble. I have friends in high places. I'll talk to them and make sure everything's okay. All right? That's kind of right, Karush, to have a strong lobby, in this case meaning to the power to persuade someone to do something. Right. Okay. How about This one. Birds of a feather. We are birds of a feather. What does that mean? If I say, oh, we're birds of a feather, what does that mean? That's right. Birds of a feather flock together. So the entire idiom is actually a rhyme. Birds of a feather flock together. And what that means is birds of the same kind. A flock is a group of birds. Okay? So birds of a feather means all the same kinds of bird. They like to be together. So similar people like to be together. That's what birds of a feather means. Okay? So if I say, oh, we're birds of a feather, it means we're similar. I think that we're similar people. Okay? Yeah, the word flock can be a verb or a noun, I believe. So to flock means to come together as a group, but a flock is a noun meaning a group of birds usually. Okay? Birds of a feather flock together. Mickey, today people said I have the wrong name. They said I should change it because I'm not a bad... What? You're not a baby? Is that what you mean? A baby? Mickey, I like your name. I think your name is cool. I really do. I like your name. Why do I like your name? Because there aren't very many people who have that name anymore. Mickey Mouse is the only Mickey people usually know. Or there's that famous song that everybody knows. But I think it's a good song, or a good song and a good name. But be comfortable with your name. If you like it, then keep it. But don't worry about what other people think. Okay? If you keep your name, then you keep power. If you change your name, then you give power to the people who criticized you. Okay? So I wouldn't change it. Just because I don't want to give my power to the people who criticized me. So don't change it, Mickey. Oh, Mickey, you're so fine. You're so fine. You blow my mind. Hey, Mickey. Hey, Mickey. Come on. That's a great song. And everybody knew that song when I was growing up. I love that song. See, everybody thinks that your name is great, so keep it. Yeah, I think it's a good name. All right, let me do a few more about friends, and then I saw somebody wanted me to do some idioms about sadness, so I can do that. Let's see. Let's try another couple about friendship. How about this one? Like two peas in a pod. Like two peas in a pod. Jackie, can you use "it's not my cup of tea" nowadays? Yeah, of course. It's a very common idiom. It's not my cup of tea just means not for me. I'm not interested in that thing. I'm not very interested in that thing. Like two peas in a pod. Yeah, two peas in a pod means two people who are similar or two people who get along very well. Okay. So maybe you meet a new friend at school and your mom will say, oh, well, how do you get along with this person? And, you could say, oh, we're like two peas in a pod. It means we click. It's like, oh, I understand you. You understand me. That's great. Okay. We're two peas in a pod. What is a pea pod? Do you guys know what that means? Peas are these. Let me show you. These are peas. And the thing that they are in is called a pod. Okay, so when you say we are two peas in a pod, it means that you're two of these in a group together. So it's like you're comfortable with each other. You're friendly. Okay? Oh, look at that. I didn't even know that there was an emoji for peas. That's awesome. Okay, so like two peas in a pod, that's a good one. Or how about this one? To be thick as thieves. This one is a little bit difficult to say. Thick as thieves. To be thick as thieves. What does to be thick as thieves mean? Okay, so what does it mean? Thick as thieves, anyone? Yeah, so to be thick as thieves also means to be close with someone. But it usually means kind of close in like a secretive way, right? Because thieves are secret. They so two peas in a pod and thick as thieves, they really mean the same thing. It means two people who get along well with each other. But thick as thieves kind of implies like, if you have a kid, maybe you have a teenage daughter. Let's say you've got a teenage daughter and she's 13 and she has a 13-year-old friend. And they're always hanging out together, and they're always kind of then you could say, oh, they're thick as thieves. Get it? Understand? Because it's kind of secret, right? Yeah, so they're thick as thieves. Got it? All right. Okay, and how about this one? To bury the hatchet. To bury the hatchet. What is a hatchet? Anyone? This is a hatchet. That's a hatchet. It's like a small axe. It's like a small axe. So, what does bury the hatchet mean? Why would you bury an axe? So this idiom has a real history, and it's actually kind of interesting. So this goes back to Native Americans. Okay, Native American people, warriors. They often had a hatchet as their weapon. Okay, Native Americans used hatchets as weapons. Okay, sometimes, and if you wanted to make peace with them, like sometimes if you wanted to come to talk about peace, you don't want to fight anymore. It was the tradition of some Native American people, that if you were going to talk about peace, then they would bury their hatchet to show that they're going to talk about peace. So they put their weapon in the ground. They put their weapon in the ground to show that, hey, look, I buried the hatchet. So now we use the term bury the hatchet if you are in a fight or an argument with one of your friends, and maybe you haven't talked to them in maybe 1 year. You haven't talked to your friend in 1 year, but you want to be friends again. You want to try to make peace. Then you'll ask them, you'll say, hey, can we bury the hatchet? Can we bury the hatchet? And that means, can we try to talk and have peace between us and move forward and leave that bad stuff behind? Can we leave that bad stuff behind? Okay? That's what burying the hatchet means. So if you're in an argument or a fight with someone, and you've been fighting or arguing for a long time, maybe a week or longer. I mean, it doesn't really matter how long, but usually in my mind, it's kind of long, not just an hour. It's like days of being angry with someone. And then you say, hey, I don't want to be angry anymore. Can we bury the hatchet? Can we talk and make peace? Okay? So yeah, in Native American tradition, the chief of the tribe would bury his hatchet, his axe, in the ground when they were going to talk about peace. Okay, to bury the hatchet. And now it means leaving behind a bad experience and starting over to try to be friends again. That's right. Okay? All right, how about clearing the air? To clear the air. What does that mean? To clear the air, hold on, let me find something. So clear the air means to talk with someone to try to make something, maybe that you have a bad situation. Something is tense, or somebody is angry, or someone is confused. If someone is angry or someone is confused, and maybe you want to try to explain things. You want to try to explain things to make them understand better. That's what we call clearing the air. Okay? To clear the air means to try to diffuse or clarify some situation, some tense, angry situation. Okay? To clear the air. So that means there's a bad smell in the air because something is bad. And let me tell you something that will make some things clear out, clear the bad smell, and then you can talk again. Okay? To clear the air, to make something more clear, to make something less confusing, to make something understandable if you're upset. Okay? All right, so that's clear the air. And let's do one more about friendship. Let's see. Okay, well, this one's just a real basic one. You can say to see eye to eye. To see eye to eye about something. To see eye to eye about something means to agree with something, to agree with someone, or to feel the same way about someone, about something. Sorry. So, when you see eye to eye, it means your eyes and their eyes are at the same level, so you can see the same thing. But if you're not eye to eye, then you're not going to understand each other. Okay, so to see eye to eye means that you and someone else, you understand each other very well. Okay? So maybe you're discussing your new job or your new responsibilities at your job, and your boss might say, I think we see eye to eye about things, and that means I think that you understand what you need to do. I think I told you, and I think you understand, so I think we see eye to eye. Okay? Yeah, to agree with someone or to be understood. That's right. All right, okay. So now somebody asked me about idioms about sadness. All right, let's do some sad idioms. Okay, well, the most basic one is I have the blues. I have the blues. Or to feel blue. Yeah, to feel blue or to have the blues means you feel sad. Okay? And Munir, that's right. America, we have an entire kind of music called blues music. And blues music is a very unique kind of music, but it's a storytelling music. Blues music is a storytelling music. And many of the stories are sad stories. My wife done left me. My dog done died. My wife left me. My dog died. It's a sad story, and you're talking about sad things, So to have the blues or to feel blue means to feel sad. Okay? And blues music is great music, so I really recommend you check out some blues music. Okay? All right. How about I was down in the dumps. I was down in the dumps. What is the dump? What is the dump? The dump is the place where we put all our trash. Okay? So to take your trash to the dump means you're taking it to that place where everybody takes all their trash. That's the dump. Okay, the trash dump. All right? So if you say I'm down in the dumps, it means you feel like you're living in the trash place. Okay? Means you feel sad. You feel bad. Okay? I'm down in the dumps. Let's see. You could say, I'm falling to pieces is another one that sometimes people say. Or I'm all broken up about it. Yeah, you could say I'm falling to pieces or I'm all broken up. Okay, I'm falling to pieces or I'm all broken up. Just means I'm falling to pieces. Means like I'm so sad I feel like I'm falling apart. Okay, you could also say I'm falling apart. Yeah, you can say I'm falling apart too. That just means I feel really sad. I feel very bad. Okay, I'm falling to pieces. I'm all broken up about it. Okay, yeah, you could say I'm heartbroken. I'm heartbroken, Munir. Use the past tense. Okay? Let's see. Let me find another good one. These are not that good. Let's find some better ones. Okay, you could say, I was reduced to tears. I was reduced to tears. I was reduced to tears means that there was nothing left of me, only tears. So I'm so sad that the only thing left of me, I'm all gone. All of me is gone. The only thing that's still here is my tears. I was reduced to tears. So in this case, it just means that I cried a lot. I cried. If you say I was reduced to tears, it means that something was really sad, so you cried. Okay, so if if your dog dies, you will be reduced to tears. Okay? Yeah. So when we say I was reduced to tears, that's what we say when something is really sad. Okay, so we don't use reduced to tears about something a little sad. Okay? If you get a bad grade, you wanted a 95 on your test and you got a 94. No, we don't say I was reduced to tears about that. Okay? We say I was reduced to tears when you lose your dog. We say I was reduced to tears when your grandma dies or something. Okay? All right. All right, let's do one more about sadness. How about this one? Down and out. I was down and out. Down and out. What does that mean? Down and out. Yeah, down and out just means that, you feel low. You feel like you're, sad. Okay, so down and out just means you're upset and you're sad. And this actually comes from, there's a book by George Orwell. Down and Out in Paris and London was written in 1933. 1933 by George Orwell, a very famous writer. And so down and out means to be poor, actually. It usually means to be poor. But it kind of can mean to be low also. So Down and Out in Paris and London is a book about poverty, actually. But poor people, when you're poor, sometimes you're sad, But you know what? It's funny. It's really funny because if you look at the psychological studies, poor people tend to be happier than rich people. There's a lot of historical proof to that. So, Munir, that's what I'm saying. Technically, they're wrong. Poor people actually usually are more happy, but they're trying to imply that if you don't have money, then you'll be sad. That's the point. Yeah. So, to be down and out means to be poor, and if you're poor and you don't have any money, then maybe you feel sad because you can't do things. That's what they mean. Okay? All right, one more. Let's see, one more. Let me get a really good one here. Yeah, okay, we'll do this one. Sometimes you could say, I'm beside myself. I'm beside myself. Okay? When we say I'm beside myself, it means you're in some extreme state of feeling. So, usually, when we say, I'm beside myself, we'll say, I'm beside myself with sadness. I'm beside myself with grief. I'm beside myself with worry. So if you're so worried that you can't think of anything else, then you could say, I'm beside myself with worry. If you're so sad that you can't think of anything else, then you could say, I'm beside myself with sadness. I'm beside myself. Okay? Yeah. So you can just say, I'm beside myself, but we usually add some kind of emotion to the statement. I'm beside myself with grief. You could be even, I'm beside myself with anger, means like, I'm so angry I can't think of anything else. Okay? Karush, all idioms are not negative. Of course they're not. There are tons of them. But somebody asked me about idioms about sadness, so I'm talking about idioms about sadness. Okay? But there are lots and lots of idioms about happiness and positive things too. Am I depressing you, Karush? Am I depressing you? Well, then let's talk about something else. Give me another topic. Give me another topic and I'll give you some other idioms. But Karush, life is life, my friend, and it's not always pretty. And sometimes you need words to describe the life that's not pretty. So you can't always just use positive language. You have to know how to describe negative things too. All right? Jackie wants to know, can you use idioms in writing or are they formal? Yeah, in most cases, I think most idioms, you can use in formal language. It depends how you use it. But in most cases, I think idioms can be used in formal or academic settings. But again, it just depends on the idiom and it depends on what you're writing about. But I've used idioms in my academic writing before. Okay? All right, let's talk about something else. Bahar wants me to do some idioms about business. All right, let's do some business idioms. My hands are tied. My hands are tied. What does that mean? My hands are tied. It doesn't mean I'm busy. Nope. Bahar and Sam, the one you're thinking of is I'm all tied up. I'm all tied up means I'm busy. My hands are tied means I can't help you. Yeah, it means I know you want me to do this thing, but my hands are tied. I can't help you. I'm sorry. Okay? So yeah, it's close to the same thing, but not quite the same thing. All right? Oh, look at Kiki. Wow, Kiki already is answering for me. Nicholas asked me if I'm a BTS fan, and Kiki knows me so well that she said, no, Teacher Mark doesn't really like BTS because BTS doesn't have a band. And I'm a musician. You're right, Kiki. That's exactly right. If there's no musician in the band, then it's not a band. So I don't like BTS because BTS is not a band. BTS is a singing and dancing group. I like bands. I'm sure they're very good, but it's not interesting to me because there's no musician playing. If there are no musicians, then nah, not interested. I don't want to see a bunch of people singing and dancing. Nah. Wow, Kiki, I'm impressed with you, though. All right, we lost our topic here. Let me go back to our topic. So yeah, let's do another one. How about we're talking about business, so how about this one? Up in the air. If something is up in the air, what does that mean? If I say, that's still up in the air, what does that mean? Nicholas, I didn't insult BTS. I'm not insulting anyone. If I tell you I don't like it, I don't like it. It's not insulting anyone. You don't like everything that I like, and I don't like everything that you like. All right? That's life, my friend. I didn't insult them. I just made a fact. They are not a band. They are a singing and dancing group. A band has a drummer. A band has a guitar player. A band has a bass player. A band has musicians. If there's no musician, I don't care to watch. I'm not interested. Okay? That's not an insult to BTS. I'm sure they're very nice people. Good for them. But I don't like it. It bores me. How important are the idioms to use? Idioms are really important. Idioms are really important. We use them a lot, and they can be very useful to help you describe things better and to make your language more colorful. Okay? So yeah, idioms are very important. Idioms are very important. Up in the air. Yes, Erica, that's exactly right. Up in the air means not decided, because when you throw something up in the air, it has to land. So if it's up in the air, it hasn't fallen down to land yet. So you don't know what's going to happen. So anytime if you don't know what's going to happen, then you can say it's up in the air. Okay, so maybe you're trying to decide when to have a party. When are you going to have a party? Are we going to do it on Saturday this week or Saturday next week? Oh, I don't know. That's still up in the air. That's still up in the air. It means it's still undecided. Okay? Is it a physical meaning? No, it's a metaphorical meaning, Akito. If something is up in the air, it means that we haven't made a decision yet. We haven't made a decision. Logan said the dust has not settled yet. That's another idiom that means almost the same thing. The dust has not settled yet means that a final decision has not been made. Up in the air means no decision has been made. But the dust has not settled is kind of a little bit more like the final decision has not been made. Okay? All right, how about this one? To do things by the book. To do things by the book. What does that mean? To do things by the book. Yeah, it means to follow the rules. Yeah, whatever the rules are, that's the rule book. So to do it by the book means to do it the way the book said to do. Okay? So maybe if you're a new person at work and you're trying to do something a new way, you want to try to do something a new way, and your boss comes in and say, no, let's just try to do things by the book here. That means just don't do it a new way. Do it the way it says to do in the book. To abide by the rules. That's right. Okay, to follow instructions. That's right. To do by the book. So, if you if you're trying to fix your car, and it's not working, and someone says, well, what happened? What did you do? And you could say, I don't know. I fixed it by the book. Means I did exactly what it says to do, but it's still not working. Okay? And how about this one? This is an easy one to remember. To think outside the box. To think outside the box. What does that mean? Yeah, to think outside the box means to try to think of some new way to do something that you haven't thought of before, or some kind of a creative way to do things, not the normal way. Okay, so outside of the box thinking means creative thinking that's different, or a new way to try something, right? But if you're just doing it the normal way that you've always done, that's not outside of the box thinking. If you're just coming up with all the usual answers, that's not outside of the box thinking. That's right, Munir. To think in an innovative way is to think outside of the box. To be a pioneer as well. It could be used in that connotation, Fede. Yeah. If someone is a pioneer of maybe invention or science, then you might say that they're a pioneer of science because of their outside of the box thinking. Okay? So it depends on how you use pioneer. All right? And then finally, here's another one for work. To bring something to the table. Bring it to the table. This can have a few different meanings. To bring something to the table. Yeah, the main meaning is to contribute something. What are you offering, right? So if I say, what are you bringing to the table? That means, what do you have to offer? What are you doing for us? What skills do you have? What talents do you have? What abilities do you have? What equipment do you have? That's what you are bringing to the table. All right? So you could say, I bring a lot to the table. That means I have many skills that are very valuable to your business or for your business. Okay? Yeah. Or if you say he doesn't bring enough to the table, that means you don't think he's very valuable or very important or very valuable to the company. Okay, he's not very valuable to the company. Is it about skills or ideas? Both. Bahar, it's about anything that could contribute. So, if your skills can contribute, then you're bringing your skills to the table. If you have money, that could be you're bringing money to the table. If you have talent or intelligence or language ability, anything that you have, it could be an idea, it could be a skill or a talent. That's what you're bringing to the table. Okay? Equipment. Yeah, even the equipment, right? So, for example, maybe I'm a drummer. I play drums, right? So, if there are two drummers that are trying to play in a band, right? And the band has to choose one of them. They could say, well, Mark has nicer equipment. He has newer, nicer equipment. So he brings that to the table. He has nicer equipment. He brings that to the table. All right? So, Jessica, it means anything that you have that can contribute or make something better, that's what you have to bring to the table. All right? And you spelled it just right. Equipment, that's correct, the way you spelled it. That's right. All right? Okay, so listen, everyone. If you would like to, you can go to this link. You can go to this link here, and in this link, you can find all of my links for all my pages. So you can follow me on YouTube, and you can follow me on Facebook, and you can follow me on TikTok. All right. And I have been uploading some new videos to YouTube recently. So do keep following. I have more videos coming soon. All right. I finally figured out how to upload videos properly. So make sure you follow and follow, and if you can, go leave a message on my profile page too, and tell people about my streams, right? Make a post about my streams, make a comment about my streams, do something like that if you don't mind. But I do need to take a short break now, everybody. I will be back in about 15 or 20 minutes, okay? And I have a second live stream in about 15 or 20 minutes. And on that next live stream, you can ask me anything you want. So if you have questions about English grammar or other questions, not about idioms, come back and see me in just a little bit, all right? I think I'm going to be about 20 minutes, all right? So about... it's 10:45 now, so about 11:05 or so. All right? Okay, everybody, thank you very much for watching. Thank you for participating. Thank you for following. I will see you guys very soon. Bye-bye.